I go, that's the biggest word you can use for the wholesale wine business, folks, which you do not want to get into. I don't care where you're from. If you think as you live in Chile or the south of France and you're going to bring wines in and make some money, what would you recommend, Ed?
I would recommend you try something else.
It's ridiculous.
Well, here we are. Vintners Series 2013 of the Wine of the Month Club. I'm here with my co-host, Paul Calcarian, who thinks he runs the organization. I really know the people that do.
Actually, I left for vacation. My daughter got married 2 Saturdays ago. Thank you. And then I said, I'm taking a few days off. And I wasn't gone for 2 hours. And I get a phone call or an email from our label designer saying, I just hung up on your importer.
Oh, cute.
I'm like, why would my label designer have to be hanging up on my importer? And then the importer email is just, well, I think she's intimidated, so she hung up. I'm like, can't you guys get along, Rodney King? It's ridiculous. Anyway, welcome, Ed.
Thank you,
Glad to
Paul.
have you again.
Yes, I'm glad to be had. Our first wine of the day is from Tortoise Creek, our mutual good buddy, although he's a better buddy of mine than he is of yours. Melvin Masters, who is a great guy, really one of my favorite people in the entire wine industry, known him for longer than I can remember.
One of the true beacons, really, in this business. He's
Yeah.
done such great things with the brands he creates.
25, 30 years ago, I met Melvin, and everything he comes out with is fabulous. I mean, it's really, really good, and this wine is no exception. Tortoise Creek Syrah Grenache.
What was the name of the guy that did the Taste of Paris?
Stephen Spurrier.
Yeah, so last year when Melvin came in and we tasted this when it was in the tank, he says, I got to go back to France. I'm going to a birthday party. I go, whose birthday? He goes, it's Stephen Spurrier's 70th or something.
Yeah, it was. That was a big deal. That was a big deal. I know a lot of people that went to that party. I wasn't invited though. You know, it kind of bothered
something
me.
You did, I'm sure.
I don't know. Anyway, this is a tremendous wine. Syrah Grenache from Côte d'Aron. If you told me this was something like Chateauneuf de Pape or
you'd buy it.
Or even
you would believe it.
Even the Northern Rhone, it's kind of a beautiful cross between the Northern Rhone, which is mostly Syrah-based wines, and the Southern Rhones, which are mostly Grenache and Mourvèdre-based wines. Although that's sort of changing, at least in the South. This wine's got it all. I mean, it really has everything.
You know what I like about this? It's got so much aging potential because it's got enough acid. It's got wonderful fruit. It still feels young.
But it's really, really well balanced.
It is.
It's very
really
well balanced. I mean, it's a big wine. It's not, it's not one of those red wines with fish wines, but it's certainly got some great potential.
This is his flagship now, the La Charmelle. You're probably one of the first in the country to get this because it just got here, and we were one of the first to order it. So enjoy that, and if you can find it out in the stores, let me know because I think it's going to be tough to find, but this is really special. I mean, it's 96. I think it's really
$23.99, $13.99 on the shelf, and I'm going to 97 because it's Melvin, and we do that here.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
We support it. We support our boys.
We support our boys.
Now here's a classic example. We bought this wine from France. I love the wine. This is Côte de Ventoux. It's stuff we don't get in America very often.
Côte de Ventoux Blanc.
Which is very rare.
It's very rare.
The boat's late.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's only 2 weeks late. Don't worry about it. I go, well, we don't work that way because we got to start shipping the wine, September 1st. Well, the boat's not going to land until September 4th. It's like, we've been doing business for 25 years with you. Don't you get it yet? But it's okay because it's Vintners Series, and that goes out toward the end of the month anyway. But this is so fun.
Your dad, I don't know, probably some 40 years ago, introduced me to white Rhone, of which at the time, there was about 3% of the wines grown in the entire Rhone Valley were white. I think now it's up to 5, So they don't make a lot of it. But the stuff they do make, even at this price level, which is very inexpensive, $22.99, is phenomenal. Yeah. It's just so good.
You get more for $11.99. It's Claret, which is a wonderful grape we don't see hardly. I don't think we grow any here, do we? Probably
Claret, I don't know of it.
The Grenache Blanc we do grow a little bit.
Grenache Blanc is a great grape. It's an absolutely fabulous grape.
Wonderful feminine nose.
I love this wine. I really like this wine a lot.
Mm-hmm. And each, you sort of, in this wine, when it gets on your palate, you sort of sense these two grapes sort of working together, right? They're
Absolutely.
They're not disjointed, but you get this wonderful combination.
Well, I'm doing a 96 on this. I think it's one of the best white Rhones I've ever tasted.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a
I'm
wow.
kind of intimidated into a 96, but I'm going 95.
You heard it here first.
Sorry, babe.
He was intimidated. Let it happen again. Bring it on.
This is a fun one. This is a field blend,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And
Which is interesting. A field blend is where when you grow your vineyard and you've got 50% Merlot and 25% Cabernet and 25% Cabernet Franc, that you pick the grapes and blend them in the field and you bring them in and crush them that way.
Yeah, they're all crushed together as opposed to kept separate, and then judiciously blending it to get the best wine you've got. That's a very old method that actually came over from Italy
Welcome to Italy.
and was first done in California by Ridge in
Was it really?
Santa Cruz Mountains.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
wow.
the first guys to do a field blend. And although, I don't know, Parducci probably did a field blend in Mendocino. Of course, John Parducci probably did everything.
It makes an amazing difference in the wines, and you can just smell the difference in the blend. And this, we've done Stonegate wines before. I
They're
did the
just
Merlot.
doing great wines now.
They had a label change, and we were able to get this wine, which would normally sell for $19.99 on the shelf, and you can buy it more for $12.99. But we took advantage of the opportunity of the label switch, and this is just
It's just
found
a
it
real
stupid.
classy red wine, It doesn't really come out at you with any particular flavors. I mean,
Very well balanced.
it tastes like there's probably some Zinfandel in there.
Tons of fruit, yeah,
you
no
know,
question, right?
And maybe some Petit Syrah, but wow, because these are really old vineyards.
You know, I really want you to taste it again. Like you taste it,
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to taste that again. Hey, get that back on my tongue.
This is
2010.
really, really good.
The nose is incredible. It says blackberries here on the back label, and I totally get that. Totally. It's totally it. Hey, dude, what's up?
What I really like about it is that it's not overly alcoholic and it's not overly jammy. I mean, some of these wines can taste like jam, for Christ's sake.
No, it's bordering that, but it's.
No, it's right up to the edge, but it doesn't fall
What if you
over.
put like yeast in a bottle of blackberry jam? What would you get?
Well, it'd probably start fermenting. It's going to hit the sugar. The trouble is that once it,
It's like scooping, and you can make like blackberry wine shots or something.
I don't want to drink it.
Dark cherry, really good. Hey, that's 18.9. No, 19. I already said that.
19.
What's new, Ed?
I'll handle this. $19.99 on the shelf. Your price is a ridiculously low $12.99, and I'm giving it a 95.
Oh, did I say it first?
I don't know.
We got to play that back. See who said it first. Hey, cheers.
But we're not done yet. We got one more wine.
All right. Okay.
You new with this? Gee, I got to retrain him. He leaves for a
Here's
week.
my
I got to
exercise
retrain him
for
with
the
it. There are 4 wines, Paul. 4, not 3.
Ah,
There used to be 2.
this will be like our almost 600th video online, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Are you kidding?
Well, because part of it is we cut them up. So.
Aren't I tired of this yet? Okay, this is our old buddies at Kunza, Sauvignon Blanc, Chilean Sauvignon Blanc, which we
In
really
as
like.
much as that chase water was so balanced and all that Lodi, and certain Sauvignon Blancs are very, very directional, and this is one of them. Clearly, Maule Valley. And that's what I love about Chilean Sauvignon Blancs.
I really like these wines a lot.
That's what they are.
They've got such great acidity. You cannot smell acid, just like you can't smell sugar and you can't smell salt. But you smell things in wines or in food that remind you of something that is salty or sweet or acidic. And this smells like acid to me.
It's
It's
so
like,
good.
it's like,
But
it's actually got that slate kind of.
we do try to make sure. One of the things we look at when we taste wines is, does this reflect where it's from and what it's supposed to be? And this clearly does, because I think Merlot from Chile and Sauvignon Blanc from Chile are the flagship varietals, and always have been, always will be, particularly from the Molly Valley.
Well, do you think I reflect Long Beach, where I was,
yeah,
where I was
yes,
grown?
you do, Ed. Sure
Yeah.
you do. And I think, and hot dogs as well, since your tenure at Der Wienerschnitzel.
Yeah, which was, 35 years ago.
Well, so you can't downlive everything.
Can't downlive anything. Outlive, downlive.
I'm giving this 94. It's $18.99 on the shelf. It probably is around in some spots, but you can get more for $11.99, and it's
And
Great
$11.99
value.
is a great deal, and I'm giving it a 96. And that's it. That's our show
to
for
the
today.
core.
Vintners Wine of the Month Club series for 2013.
That hurt my knee.
What are you doing down there?